Alexander the Great was one of the most famous conquerors in history, and his life was filled with thrilling military campaigns and battles. On a typical day in his life, Alexander would wake up early, often around 5 a.m., to prepare for the upcoming day. He would meet with his generals, review plans, and engage in necessary correspondence. Then he would issue orders to his troops, often using doves for communication, before taking on his enemies. After completing a battle, Alexander would relax and indulge in the finer things in life. He was a great admirer of the arts and often commissioned artists and sculptors to create works in his honor. He also enjoyed banquets and feasts with his closest friends and advisors, discussing philosophy and strategy. As night fell, Alexander would begin preparing for the next day, pondering and reviewing plans for upcoming battles and campaigns. He also found time to reflect on the state of his empire and his own life, which is not surprising given his impressive list of achievements and the long list of goals he still had to accomplish. Finally, he had to ensure that his army was properly rested and ready to march the following day. With such a well-oiled machine, Alexander could rest and prepare for the challenges of the next day. This was a typical day in the life of Alexander the Great, the man who conquered the ancient world and left an indelible mark on history. In Rise of Kingdoms, Alexander the Great is one of the best infantry commanders. He brings a massive amount of damage and protection to infantry troops while supporting other troops with a damage-absorbing shield. Alexander is a commander definitely worth having in your army. You can obtain him in kingdoms older than 11 days through the Wheel of Fortune events and the Card King event. His active skill creates a shield for 4 seconds and a smaller shield for friendly armies for 2 seconds. This powerful skill earns Alexander the title of one of the best defensive commanders in the game. With his second skill, each normal attack has a 10% chance to deal additional damage and reduce healing effects on the target by 10% for 5 seconds. His third skill can increase infantry march speed and attack by 10%, and his fourth skill changes Alexander's shield protection upon activating a talent. Finally, his last skill can deal a massive amount of damage with a damage factor of 1200 for up to 4 seconds, while also providing a second shield for other friendly armies with fewer troops remaining, dealing a damage factor of 600 over 2 seconds and increasing damage taken by the enemy by 30% for 4 seconds. Each of his skills is important and will add great value to your army. Alexander deals significant damage and has high endurance on the battlefield, along with outstanding defensive capabilities. In the talent tree, it is advised to focus on the infantry and attack branches to maximize the benefits of this commander. For the infantry branch, it is recommended to upgrade the following talents: Iron Spear for additional cavalry damage, Undying Fury for generating extra rage, Call of the Pack for increased defense when the army strength is low, Strong Bodies for additional 6% infantry health, Hold the Line for reduced damage taken, Snare of Thorns for reduced enemy march speed, and Elite Soldiers for improved infantry defense and health. For the attack branch, maximize Armored Joints for greater endurance, Unyielding for increased counterattack damage, Burning Blood for rage generation, Lord of War for improved attack, and Effortless for increased damage. Alexander the Great is good in battles as both a primary and secondary commander. Pairing him with commanders like Charles Martel or Richard the Lionheart creates strong infantry combinations that excel in open field battles and are nearly unbeatable thanks to their skills. Richard and Alexander will have strong defense, and where Richard lacks damage, he makes up for it in healing. Together, they make a great and powerful pair. Another effective pairing is Alexander and Guan Yu, as both commanders are capable of dealing multiple attacks with high damage on the battlefield. This makes them a formidable duo. It is recommended to use Guan Yu as a primary commander due to his active skill. That's all for today. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts on Alexander the Great in the comment section below. See you soon.